Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Katie Sutton here, intuitive channel and founder of Zen Within Academy. I'm going to be sharing your August energy update with you. So we've got 4 important themes this month, and the first is relationship revelation. You know, last month we worked a lot on disconnecting from drama and trauma and chaos energy in our situationships and our relationships in our life. And I think that this month is going to continue on that theme, especially at the beginning of the month, where there are some revelations that you have about certain relationship contracts that you're in and certain relationship patterns that you're in. And I hope that this energy will allow you to take responsibility for certain ways of showing up in relationship that you no longer want to activate, and also to let go of any unnecessary responsibility that has been predicated upon you by others. And so I really feel like this revelation energy is going to come forward in this kind of almost momentary aha that happens for you about how you want to show up in relationship, not only to one another, but to yourselves. I think that this is paving the way for our next theme this month, which is creating from the heart. So when we've been creating in the past, many of us have been creating from our headspace. We've learned that if we try to do more and think more, that we can be more. Well, that old paradigm is falling away more and more. And we have a lot of Leo energy this month. We have the Lionsgate portal, which is Leo energy combined with other energies that are in alignment. And that is having us create from the heart. So Leo energy in its highest is about acting and living from your heart. And Leo energy is also about putting yourself out there. And so I think that we're going to be asked this month to really drop into our heart space and say, what do I want to create more of in my life? What feels aligned in my life? What do I want to expand in my life? And really be in that centered heart-based place and start to learn to turn that mental body off a little bit and allow the mental body to be the observer of your creation process through the heart, through your truth center of the heart chakra. And I think as you tap into this, what you're going to find is that there's more space for you to co-create with the universe. And, you know, I think you're going to start to lean into more of what makes your heart sing. I'm definitely seeing this in my work. I have this new workshop that I'm bringing in on August 14th that's all about your voice as medicine, and your voice is medicine. And it's really teaching people how to activate and use their voice to clear energy and to be in their highest timeline. And this is something that I've been doing in my own personal practice for a long time and bringing into some of my sessions, but my heart is calling me forward to bring more of this into the world, even though I don't know how it's going to be received, even though I don't know who's going to show up for it. And so I've got this workshop on August 14th all about that, and I'm putting myself out there, right? I'm bringing something new in. I'm creating from the heart space because this is what brings me joy. Music and sound and activations in that way and clearings in that way bring me so much joy. They make my heart sing. And so I'm going to bring that out into the world this month and use these portal energies to help me with that. So you can check out more about that workshop below this video if you're interested. So this is a time to lean into those kinds of things that scare the heck out of you, that you're like, your heart has been whispering to you for a really long time about what you should be doing. This is the month to say, I'm ready to create from the heart. I'm ready to trust my heart. I'm ready to let my heart lead rather than my head. Okay? So that's our second theme. The third theme is personal power activations. And I almost called this solar plexus chakra activations, sacral chakra activations, heart chakra activations. And it's funny, none of those fit because each of you are going to do this differently. So the way you step into your personal power and how that gets activated this month with these Leo energies is going to be really unique to you. All of you are in your power in unique and different ways. All of you are lit up in different ways and in different settings and different ways of being. And so this personal power activation is going to be just that, very, very personal. For some of you that I've already been working with in session, this is about your sacral chakra and letting go of some bindings and some ties that keep your creativity really bound up and wound up. kind of dropping into that emotional body and creating through emotion and this really expressive energy. Some of you will be activating that as your personal power. Others of you, especially those Leos, are going to be activating this heart chakra, right? How can I be in my power through my heart? How can I let my heart define my path forward? Even more of you are going to be like me, and you're going to be up in your throat chakra and your higher chakras, figuring out, how do I activate power out in the world in this really expressive way through my throat, through my voice, through my song, through my creative vocal expression in any way that may suit you. And so all of you will be activating into your next frequency of what your personal power is going to look like over the next 6 to 8 months. Everything that happens in Leo season is about setting the stage for what you want more of over the next 6 to 8 months, all the way through that winter solstice and into the following year. Okay, this is a powerful, powerful time of activation. So this is going to be unique. Each of you is going to do this differently. And so one thing that I'll say is I see a lot of confusion energy clearing out this month. A lot of places where you've looked at how other people are in their power and tried to emulate that, and that didn't feel so good, or it didn't feel right. I see a lot of that confusion falling away, a lot of that judgment and that self-shaming energy falling away, and you stepping more deeply into your truth and your personal power in your unique way. And so you may need to put on some energetic blinders and say, you know what, it doesn't matter if this works for this person over here. I'm going to anchor into what works for me, okay? So pay close attention to that, because the not so great side of Leo energy is that you can get in your ego, and there's some competition energy that comes in, and some I'm better than you or hierarchical energy that comes in. So don't activate your personal power in that way, okay? You don't need to make anybody else smaller in order for you to be able to take up space. They're going to do their own thing. You don't need to be tuned into what's happening with them. There is more than enough to go around. So pay attention. Pay attention to how this activates for you this month, and try to stay on the high side of that, okay? So that takes me into our fourth theme, which I'm so excited about, and this will be the theme of our healing circle on August 10th from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m., which is the Lionsgate portal energies. So let me just tell you what the Lionsgate portal is if you've never heard of it. So it opens on July 28th and it runs through August 14th to 15th. It depends on the person that you ask, right? It peaks on August 8th on 8/8. And this is when the sun in Leo, the star Sirius, Orion's belt, and the earth all line up as one. And this alignment that happens also connects in the pyramids in Egypt and other sacred sites. And this is kind of when anything is possible. I feel like there's a bit of wild card energy available with this. A couple of years ago during the pandemic, we actually did a retreat in Mount Shasta, California during this portal, and holy cow, my entire trajectory of my career and all of my relationships shifted after that retreat, because we harnessed the power of this portal. So this is like timeline jump, right? It's like moving through decades and decades of personal work in a very short period of time. And if that sounds intense to you, it's because it can be, right? And so pay attention when you're in this portal that you're taking really good care of your body, and that you're supporting yourself in being able to take rest when you need to take it. And then when the energies are really high, make sure that you're opening up. So it's important to create space in the center channel. When you create space in the center channel and these big downloads and energy light codes are coming in, then they don't run into any interference in that center channel, which can cause anxiety or fear or certain resistance energies to come up. So whatever you're doing this month in your personal care practice, be sure that you're working on opening up that Sushumna, that central channel, okay? And just know that you're also going to be receiving codes from the earth. So I've been getting schooled lately from Mother Earth, and she's been talking with me about how when these portals come, it's not just about the light coming from the universe and source that's coming onto the planet. What happens is this light comes in and it activates her frequencies, and she starts sending energy up into our bodies, and we're receiving codes from her. And so make sure that you're not just looking up, right? Bring that energy from below as well. And that's a huge tenet of my energy healing practice is to keep this channel open and flowing in both directions. That's how you make the most of this Lionsgate portal energy. And then whatever wants to come in to help you, or whatever you want to manifest, or whatever intention work you have, that is amplified if this center channel is open. So that also means feeling your feelings, right? So if you're not in your emotional body and processing those feelings, then you're going to get all hung up. And so the last thing that I'll say about this Lionsgate portal energy is that it is a bit of a wild card, but you can direct the energy a little bit. And so I always tell people when we're in these big portals, because they're amplification points and they're manifestation portals, you want to lean into the activities that you want more of, okay? This doesn't mean that if you make a mistake and you lean into a really crappy frequency all day, one day during the portal, that everything is lost, okay? This is like the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of the time, lean into what you want more of. So if you want more love, figure out how to lean into that. If you want more connection, lean into that. If you want more joy or play, lean into those things. Make time for them, because that's signaling to the universe and to Mother Earth, who's co-creating with you, hey, this is what I want to manifest more of as I move throughout the next 6 to 8 months. This is what doorways I want to open. And so if you're somebody who's into ritual work or intention work or crystal gridding like I am, when you're building your grids for this, harnessing the light codes from above and below and activating those intentions in the center of the grid, right? So you might want to take some time to write some things down, put it in the center of the grid, and bring the codes in to amplify that and send that out into the world. Just spitballing here of some ideas that you might have for your gridding practice this month. So this is a big month, y'all. Big stuff is happening. I'm excited to be bringing my new work into the world this month. My husband is bringing in a workshop on August 27th here in Charlotte. That's an ecstatic dance work. He's stepping out as a conscious DJ in the world. We're preparing for festival season, which is in September, where we've got a lot of amazing classes planned, and we're putting ourselves out there into the world. Get seen. This is a good time, right? If you've got that creative project that you've been thinking of launching and you're like not sure when to do it, now, right? Lean into it. And I have a bit of a hankering myself to do some extra creation and some work with crystals and jewelry and some of those things too, just to create some things even for myself. And so harness all this good energy. I know there will be challenging spots throughout the month as well. Please take good care of yourselves. Stay hydrated. If the body is purging, allow it, help it, support it. You know what to do, right? Y'all have been training for this for lifetimes. This is not something that you don't know what to do. And don't be afraid, right? These portals are great. They get a little overhyped sometimes. I feel like Lionsgate portal gets just the right amount of hype because it's kind of big. The last thing I'll say about this portal, so, I teach a lot about our starseed origins, and this alignment is Leo, Sirius, Orion, and Earth. So I already talked with you about what Leo is. Sirius energy, my star family home, is about balancing the masculine and feminine and bringing that into sacred union so that we can manifest in that really co-creative way between those energies. That's in alignment with the Earth. The Orion's belt, where so many wars and really difficult things have happened within the Orion's belt and other planetary systems, is also in alignment. So we're going to have a little bit of fireworks. I expect some things coming to the surface in our political climate or in our social economical climate on the world stage that are going to come forward and get shaken up. Some polarity is going to come to the surface. And then all of that is aligning with Earth and our power places on the planet. And so we're going to be clearing a lot of old timelines out, okay? So just stay tuned. Get your popcorn ready and pay attention and observe what's happening all around you, and do your best to feed into what lights you up and not what creates chaos in your life. All right, I hope to see y'all for Healing Circle on August 10th from 7:30 to 8:30, where we're going to work with this Lionsgate energy and activate that unique energy for each of you and tune in to some of these really interesting astrological alignments that are happening. And maybe for my Voices Medicine class on August 14th, That'll be on Zoom and in person here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And again, we'll work with that throat chakra to clear trauma and heal our energy fields and really activate our highest timeline. So I hope to see you at some of those events. I'll put a few other things beneath this video that you may want to check out. And thanks for subscribing and liking my page and growing this community. I love bringing this information to all of you. I hope you have a great, great August, and I'll see you next month. Bye.